Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm back, right? So today I want to do a video because I haven't done a video in so long and I'm so nervous doing this video, and you'll find out why in a minute. I'm trying to do this video now without doing any editing. I will let you in on a little secret. I am sober as a judge as we speak. I have been sober for 9 days today. Yeah, I mean, if you see me looking down, I got notes here just to keep me sort of focused on this video. I don't know when I done my last video. My anxiety is really through the roof, like even thinking about doing a video. But I want to do a video because, you know, my channel is about helping other people, telling you my experiences and hopefully like helping you, you know, through yours. You know, hopefully it won't be that long, but, you know, I just want to go through a few things that I've been through recently, which have done me good, but I'm really struggling with as we speak. So guys, today is the 27th of February 2020. Whoop whoop. I hope we all had a good Christmas and New Year. Excuse me. This weather is terrible, I swear. So on the 18th of February, which was a Tuesday, I had an assessment with the crisis team in the Royal Glam Hospital, and I was admitted again to the ward. I think I'd done a video on me being sectioned before. I was admitted again. This time I wasn't in a very good place again, mental health wise and addiction wise, like wow. Like I think it was like a few months before Christmas, I just went nuts. I couldn't stop drinking. I didn't know who I was. I mean, I don't know who I am from time to time anyway with my BPD, right? So drinking myself into oblivion did not do me any favours, if you will. So yeah, they admitted me on the 18th. I wasn't in a very good place at all, I'm not going to lie to you. So I would say I'm 9 days sober because obviously I started from the next day, right? Because I was even pissed up going to the assessment, I'm not going to lie to you. But they could see, you know, because I've been with them for years, you know, they know my struggle with alcohol. They also know my struggle with mental health issues, my BPD, also PTSD as well. So, yeah. And I got like really bad anxiety. You all know what's going on up in here. If you watch my other videos, you should know. If you haven't, hello, welcome. So yeah, I was admitted there. I met some brilliant people. You know, I've been admitted 3 times now. I've only spoke about it once, I think, on here. Yeah, being on admissions ward for addiction or mental health, you know, I've seen a lot of people in there just, you know, just going in there to detox really and getting their mind back to how it should be really. Which obviously, you know, if you're an addict and you've had a little bit of sobriety before, you know it's going to take years, right? It's going to take years for us to get better. You know, I hate these people who say, oh, you know, I went to rehab for a week, I was detoxed, or I went to hospital for a week, I was detoxed, and now I'm fixed. It doesn't kind of work like that. You know, it takes years. And you know what? I think the biggest struggle as well is getting to know yourself again, getting to know who you are, you know, your personality, things that you like, things that you enjoy doing, you know, before your addiction sort of took hold of you, you know. I've been struggling with addiction, if you're new to my channel, since I was 18. You know, I'm 31 now. God. Yeah, so yeah, I was admitted. I met some brilliant people, as I usually do. I mean, being on admissions ward, mental health unit, is daunting, to say the least, but when you sit there, you know, I mean, I got BPD, you know, I'm going to contradict myself now because I always say to people, well, I always say people say to me, oh, it's not schizophrenia, so it's not that bad. Well, no, BPD can be really, really distressing and difficult to live with, also alarming at times as well. I mean, we're like this, we're like boo, 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 all day, every day. And being sober now, knowing my triggers more, and I know it's only been like 9 days, but I've had sobriety in the past as well, as you might know. Oh gosh, yeah. So when was I was discharged the 24th, which was last Monday in the evening. they thought that I was okay to go home, which I felt like I was. You never feel when you're on the ward, you know, it's a false environment. If you get too attached and like feel too safe there, they're like, hang on, out you go, you know, which is fair enough, because, you know, life isn't like that. You haven't got professionals on hand 24/7 in your life, you know, day and night. You know, if you get a bit, you know, anxious, or you start crying, or you have a hissy fit, or whatever it is, you know, then, you know, nobody's going to be on call to give you diazepam constantly, right? That's all I can say, you know. What I've learned this time is I think that I really, really, you know, am ready to be sober. So sorry, this is really getting on my nerves. Dismiss. I'm really want to get sober this time, and God, I'm so sorry this video is awful, but like my mind is still sort of like all over the place. 9 days sober, and I'm on a camprosate and thiamine, which, yes, is helping, but dude, I'm getting these fucking cravings like a bitch. Like I'm not craving so bad right now, but earlier on, me and my friend like had to take the dog up the country park just to take my mind off it. Like I was literally in floods of tears. I could taste the alcohol in my mouth. I was sweating. I was shaking. I was crying. I was screaming. I was like, oh my God, I need a drink. I'm taking like 2 acamprosate in the morning, 2 acamprosate at noon, and 2 acamprosate in the evening, and thiamine, obviously. Yeah, it's hard. And I think obviously if you've had sobriety yourself as well, you know, everything becomes sort of more real and like scary, and it's like, wow, hang on, I just stepped out of this into this. And it's like, whoa, it's like you just sort of, you throw yourself back into the world, and it's scary as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's like the most scariest thing in the fucking world, man. And whoever says that addicts in recovery are not strong people, you're very much mistaken. It takes every ounce of our being not to use, not to drink, you know? Like every minute of every day is an absolute struggle. And doing it, and like, the best thing for me at the moment, because when I came home from the ward and I slept in my own bed for the 4 nights out of I don't know how many years, and I mean this, I have gone to bed naturally tired. I know this sounds silly, but this is the truth. I've gone to bed naturally tired from what I've done all day, because I am keeping myself so busy you wouldn't even believe, right? Naturally tired, put my head in the pillow, I open my eyes, and it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because this isn't me. Like, Kaylee doesn't rest naturally. You know what I mean? You know, when we drink or we take drugs, we go to bed because we fucked. Do you know what I mean? We just can't be arsed anymore. We're like, oh. And even then I used to take a drink by the side of my bed. And, you know, just, by the way, this is water. If anyone sees me drink it, it's water. You know, and I'm not having the nightmares anymore. I don't know whether you see my video about the things nightmares are made of. I think I called it. Yeah, no nightmares or anything. And oh my God, like, because I mean the sleep deprivation of being an addict as well. Because people think, you know, I don't know by these people who say like when they like when they have a drink at night, and they're like, oh, I'll have a drink and it'll help me sleep. No. Alcohol didn't make me sleep. Like, if I could drink enough to actually pass out, then yeah. But alcohol never made me sleep. If anything, it made me more wide awake. I don't know whether anyone can relate to that, but that's what happened with me. Anyway, going back to the subject, I go like way off track. But that's me. You should know me by now. I'm on a waiting list for therapy for the BPD. I don't know whether I said this in another video, but no, I still haven't had it. But hopefully now, this time, I'm a lot more motivated to stay the way I am. I'm scared shitless. I feel like crying right now. I feel like crying like every second of the day. But you know what I'm doing? I'm getting up, I'm doing my shit, and I'm keeping busy. You know, the dog is like sleeping. Bless him. Yeah, guys, it's just literally just keeping yourself busy when you're in recovery. Like the early steps, keep busy. I know you don't want to, and like sometimes I just want to scream and like, excuse me, just scream into a pillow and think to myself, oh my God, this is too hard. I've got a dear friend of mine, I'm not going to mention any names. I've got a dear friend where I live, and he's been my absolute rock. It is essential that you have somebody that understands what you're going through, where it be mental health or addiction, okay? Or both. As I said, I've been balancing both for years. But let me tell you something. I would rather be sober, okay, and sort of balance mental health and recovery rather than balance my mental health and be drinking. Because, wow, let me tell you something. I was literally going insane. I was, in my mind, I was not in this world anymore. I was frightened. I was really, really frightened. And what's keeping me motivated the most is waking up. And do you know what? Well, the day I came home from the ward and when I woke up in my own bed, I woke up with a smile on my face. I know, like, these, to people who has, never had an addiction and stuff, you're like, what's she on about? But seriously, guys, 9 days, what a change. 9 days can do so much. 1 day can do so much. But this time, I really, really am going to work hard, harder than I ever have in my life. I look back on the way I was when I was drinking, and it wasn't that long ago, but, I look back on how I looked. I'm not saying I look great now, but I look much better than I did, and I feel much better than I did. My mind, obviously, is going to take a long time for my mind to come back more clearer, okay? When we get there. But what, the difference between then and now is just like, whoa. Do you understand what I mean? So yeah, guys, I'm waiting for therapy. What else? I mean, this is the thing, I got so much to say and then literally, boom, I go blank. It was the same when I was on the ward and I had to go and see the doctor. Like, I'd have to write everything down and then, like, hand in the letter because I just go blank sometimes. I'm not a very good public speaker. I've noticed that about myself. That's another thing. You will start noticing things about yourself in recovery as well. And I'm talking about it like I know about it because, do you know what? I really do. Because obviously I've been to rehab. I said that in a different video. I've done sobriety on my own, a few weeks here, a few weeks there. I think I got up to 2 months when I lived in my old address. I'm not quite sure. But I was obviously doing videos. I think it was every day for a week. I think I'd done videos for you. And my videos are purely, they might be boring the shit into you. I don't know. But I'm purely doing this for people out there who are struggling, literally struggling. Dude, I know how fucking hard it is to get through the day. Even when you are drinking or using. And when you get, in recovery, it's not as easy as it looks, it's really, really not. You've got to be really, really headstrong, I think, and you've got to will, you've got to have that willpower, yeah, to be an addict, you have to be a very strong, mentally strong person to get your sobriety and keep it, if you like. I'm going back to when I was admitted. I was admitted because I wasn't feeling myself. My moods were up and down way more than they had been. I'd been drinking way before Christmas, like just every day, all night, all day, all night. I was drinking Guinness. I got back on the vodka. I'd been arrested. Luckily enough, without any charges, I was let go. But come on, guys, it's just too much. There has been another issue about, when I was drinking and everything. While I was in the mental health unit, I was served injunction papers by Travalis, which is my landlord. And the court date was for yesterday. And obviously I came out on the Monday night, right? So literally I had, like 1 day to get a solicitor, legal advice. Couldn't do it, didn't have enough time. And to be quite honest with you, I found serving them papers to me while I was in a mental health unit, I was in no fit state at all. I literally just sat there across the table from them and I looked at them and I was in a world of my own. I was just crying. So all I was doing was crying. That was it. You know, my anxiety was just so bad, and I just can't believe that they served me the papers under those conditions. But hey, who am I to, I mean, I understand why they put this injunction in place. When I'm drinking, I can be rowdy, let me tell you. I can be a horrible person when I'm drinking. I don't like myself when I drink, personally, but as an addict, I couldn't stop. I didn't want to stop. I didn't care. Like I was just whatever. I've been doing this since I was 18. I think, when you want to get to that point where you do want to be sober, you've got to be so fed up of yourself, right? Like literally, like, oh my God, you got to hit rock fucking bottom. I've been rock bottom a few times, trust me. But I don't know, man. This time, I'm more motivated than I ever was before. And it is a good thing. I do get, even though I'm on craving tablets, I do get these intense cravings where I just sit there and cry. And I mean, I scream. Do it yourself if you're in recovery, If it's your first time, having sobriety, literally just scream into a fucking pillow. Pardon my language, but I'm craving right now. Like, I mean, I don't know, maybe we crave all day, but maybe, like, because we're distracting ourselves, obviously, we're not, thinking of, that's not the first priority in our minds, which as an addict, you think that it would be, right? But the more sobriety I think that you have, the more that you learn how to deal with these cravings, which is obviously, I mean, everyone knows that, but, I just hope that whoever's watching this, I hope you're really, really doing well. As I say, either in mental health or addiction or both. This is what my channel, when I made this channel, I'm not really good at keeping up videos and everything. I'm not a very good YouTuber. I apologize. But I like to do my videos, even if it just helps one person out there. And I know that sounds corny and everyone says it, but I fucking mean it. Because my experiences have taught me little things. And the little things are the big things, like, just because you see somebody smiling doesn't necessarily mean that they're happy. And what my last admission has taught me the most is always be kind to people. I'm going to cry now. Hate my BPD. Please don't have an episode while I'm filming. Please. Anyway. Yeah. I have got videos on my phone of when I was having an episode in the hospital, which I think I'm going to upload. Just for you to see sort of, what a BPD episode can look like. I'm sure, you've done your research, you already know, but for people who don't, come back and have a look and see what you think about it, because let me tell you something, it can be so intense. The emotions that I feel are so intense. I wish that I could be like, like you, you might have BPD. I don't know. I'm not assuming. I'm just trying to, I'm not a very good public speaker, but I'm trying to get there. I'm getting there. I'm quite nervous. I don't know, my anxiety's through the roof. See, the thing is, I don't look like it is, but it is. It's mad, isn't it? Yeah, when I was on the ward, I don't know how many diazepams I took or how many they chucked on my throat, because literally I was just having episodes like boom, boom, boom. You think of it, I was coming off the drink, I was detoxing, and they were trying to treat me for my mental health. And I was all over the place. I mean, if you'd seen me, you'd have probably felt sorry for me, because, I was tipping on the edge. I really was, like, sanity-wise, I'm so glad that I went for that assessment that day, because I wasn't going to go. I'd had a drink. I'd been up all night drinking, as a matter of fact. And, I wasn't sleeping properly. I was up all night drinking. I wasn't eating properly. And this is another thing as well, which sometimes, even in my mind now, because I really want to be honest with everyone, Even in my mind now, I'm thinking, what is the fucking point in anything? Because all I want to do is just drink. But I'm trying my hardest, really, really trying my hardest to, you can't stop the cravings. You can't. You know, they'll probably be with me for years. I don't know. I haven't got that far yet. Hoping I will. There's always chance of relapse in recovery, always. I had my review today. I had to go back to the Royal Glam Hospital today to have my review with my doctor. You know, they couldn't believe how well I was looking, complimented me on my hair, which, you know, because I'm BPD, that'll stick with me now forever. I was like, oh, she liked my hair, and little weird things. But yeah, my review was okay. I told him how I've been feeling and everything, and like, I don't know. I mean, I do like the doctor, but, they always just say, yes, we know. Well, I know you know, but I'm telling you. You know what I mean? In recovery, and I know this is going to sound really, like, maybe a bit nasty, but all I can say to you is you have to help yourself. You have to. You can't rely on others to, how can I say, to get you to where you want to be in life. You just can't. People who never had an addiction, you can't rely on people to do things for you. I think the hardest thing for me was coming home off the ward, and my friend dropped me off, and when I was alone that night when he left, I was alone, and it was really eerie, and I felt scared, weird, strange, dissociate. I can't say the bloody word, and I'm always dissociated. No. Dissociated from the world. You know what I mean. I wasn't here. I wasn't there. I was, and I always sort of get that. And they've told me that's part of BPD. Sort of, and a big part of anxiety as well is where you're sort of looking at yourself doing these things, but do you know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, that moment for me was a stepping stone in my mind, because I opened a can. I'm here to be honest. The night I came home and my friend left, I had cans of Guinness in the fridge. Fair play to him, he did ask me, did I want him to get rid of them? I said no. Last time I was sober, I had bottles of wine in the fridge, whatever, because in my mind they still have to be there, just in case. Now, I haven't got past that yet. The psychological addiction as well is a big thing for me, really big thing. It's got to be there, even though I'm not going to touch it, it's got to be there. I could open a can now, sniff it and go, okay, and then put it back. But I haven't had a sip. Does that make any sense to you? Yeah, I opened the can when I was on my own. No, I didn't open the can when I was on my own, sorry. I opened the can when my friend was here. Yes, my friend was here. And, yeah, I was just staring at the can. And, yeah. And it was there. It was there. And I don't know why I'd done that. And I smelt it, and it smelt so strong. Like, I mean, I'd been sober. It smelt so strong and lush and lovely. But, no, I didn't even have one sip. And do you know what? I'm really proud of myself for that. And each day, each minute, okay, each minute, please listen to this. Each second, each minute, each hour, right, goes around the clock that you're sober is a milestone, is a stepping stone into your new life. And I know I'm sounding all, woo, but it's true. Being in recovery is a big fucking deal, It's not like, oh, well, she's in recovery, No. You've got to plan your days. You've got to eat right. You've got to exercise, You've got to fill these days with good, healthy things, Because, I mean, you think about it, we've been damaging our bodies, for years, right? I mean, I've been damaging my body since I was 18, and to be quite honest with you, I can't believe I'm still here. Alcohol was taking my looks away. My mind was a mess. Still is. It's going to be a mess for a long time. But I'm getting there, guys. I'm getting there. And I'm so glad that I had the admission, because if I didn't, I mean, you probably would have seen me do a video with a can in my hand, you know. Hey, whatever, man. Yeah, fuck yeah, I was like that. Because I didn't care. Damn right I didn't care. And you know the scariest bloody thing? Is when you come into sobriety, you do fucking care. And you've never cared. You haven't cared for years. You're getting all these different emotions. You're feeling all these different things. You know, I woke up that day with a smile on my face. I'm waking up with a smile on my face. My head isn't banging. I haven't got pressure on my head anymore. You know, I don't have to crawl out of bed to feed the fucking dog. You know, I don't even know, man. I could fill like a book like that on how many good things happen in sobriety. And you could, like, if you want to look at it in a different way, you could, like, say that addicts in recovery are luckier than people that, you know, never go in recovery, that has never had an addiction, sorry, because we see the world in a totally different way than they do, because they've always seen it. That's the normal to them. That's the norm. But when we come out of our addiction and we're in this sobriety and we see everything and it's like, whoa, and it hits us in the face, we appreciate it more. Do you understand where I'm coming from? It's like, and you're going to laugh at this, right? You are going to fucking laugh. But I was in town yesterday with my friend, right? Doing a bit of retail therapy, which I know I shouldn't do because I'm like substituting the alcohol for something else. I will pull myself out of this, but leave me alone. I bought this jumper and I found it quite nice. Leave me alone. Anyway, I deserved it. Okay? I seen this bloody pigeon. We were sitting there having a fag, minding our own. I seen this bloody pigeon and I thought, wow, it's a fucking pigeon. I nearly cried over it. I thought it was so amazing because when you're in your addiction, you don't notice these things. You don't notice little things. When I was in rehab, I was sitting on the, it was a residential rehab. I think I've talked about it. Yeah, I have, years ago. We were sitting outside in the garden having a fag, and this hedgehog just waddled along. And it was the best fucking thing since sliced bread. I was like, oh my God, it's a fucking hedgehog. You know, do you understand what I mean? The little things can make us smile in sobriety. I can guarantee you, there will be fucking tears. There will, you will scream and shout and, oh my God, you'll have the worst days. But you know when the best days come, it's fucking worth it. Trust me. You'll have waves, you know, you'll have waves of cravings and waves of emotions which you haven't felt in years. This is what I'm having right now, like. I think I'm having a manic episode, actually, but just ignore me for a minute. You know what I mean? Yeah, because with my BPD, it's quite hard to tell whether, obviously, because I'm in recovery again now, this hair is getting on my nerves. Because I'm in recovery again now, it's hard to sort of go, hang on, is it my BPD or is it me just feeling this because I'm in recovery and everything's so mixed up and muddled up at the moment. But I am on the right road. I mean, you know, I'm on my detoxing pills, if you want to call them that. They don't need craving pills and thiamine. I was having a lot more in the hospital. Yeah, I'm still on my, what am I on? I'm still on my quetiapine, yeah. But they really ushed it down to 50 milligrams a night. Hey, I wasn't happy in the beginning, but I'm happier now. I'm okay with that now. Me and the doctor did have a little bit of a disagreement about that, but we're okay now. You know, I mean, I always thought, hey, I need this to sleep, I need that to sleep. But when you fill your days, you tire yourself out, you wear yourself out, you know, I haven't got a job, obviously, at the moment, but, you know, tire yourself out. Just keep yourself going. And then when it comes to 8, 9 o'clock, just chill in bed, watch a film, go to sleep. And I know I'm making it sound the most easiest thing in the world. It's the hardest thing in the world to do. God, today's been really difficult for me. You know, I had that one big hell of a craving earlier on, and I don't think my, I call him my friend, he's my partner. We're getting there. We're on the road together. We're fine. And that's the wrong thing to do as well. So don't listen to me on this part. You shouldn't be in a relationship if you're in recovery, early stages of recovery. But he knows, he's a very good man. He knows I need time, I need time to myself. I'm a sort of person who likes my own company anyway, and I think he gets that. I hope he gets that. Yeah, in recovery, you do need time. As I said, that night when I was on my own, it was eerie, it was weird. And trying to stay around somebody constantly, just to keep yourself busy, just to take your mind off what you really want to do, is not a good thing. You need to do that yourself. Do you understand what I mean? I hate contradicting myself, but I have done this before. I have been in recovery before, and I do know I know that I shouldn't be in a relationship right now, but he's not the kind of person who's like there all the time. If I want time on my own, he's like, hey, that's fine, you text me when you want to see me. And you know what a brilliant person. Seriously, he understands more than I think that anyone that I've been with. He's a very understanding person, which is the kind of people that you need to be around. He's taken time to watch videos, with talking about BPD, talking about alcohol addiction, stuff like that. He's been my absolute rock. To be honest with you, I don't know where I'd be without him right now. But anyway, that's going off track again. See what I mean? So, what have I talked about? My admission, being admitted, come home. Everything's weird. Everything's real. Sometimes as well, you get really fucking bored. It's like, oh my God, like, what do I do now? Like, that's why I'm just trying to keep myself busy and busy and busy. Because sitting down, when they say, like, your worst enemies fight, the worst battle is fighting in your own mind. Let me tell you something. It is true. It's really, really true. Your worst enemy is this. It can be. Trust me. Yeah, guys, I think I didn't write much down, to be honest. I thought, I mean, it just sort of rolls off the tongue once I get into the video sometimes, as you probably know. As I say, I do these videos to try and help people. I just put my experiences out there. Oh, I was talking about the injunction, wasn't I? Yeah, served the injunction. I did go to court yesterday with no legal representation. I did sort of say, look, can I have it adjourned to seek legal representation? Costs a lot to say, isn't it? Legal representation. Because obviously there's a power of arrest put on the injunction as well, which I'm not happy about. And this injunction is put in place for a year. So, yeah. So that, on top of everything else, is stressing the hell out of me. But on Monday now, hopefully I'll get that sorted, and that's another thing I can sort of tick off sort of in my mind. Yeah, I'm not going to go further into like why or blah 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 about this injunction and all that. It's just something that's been done, something that I suppose had to be done with the landlords, because as I say, I am a nasty person when I drink, and with my BPD, I can get so angry, and with the drink on top, it's just, there's no point. I could end up killing somebody. This is why when I had the assessment, this is what I was trying to tell them, I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe around people. I'm so paranoid. I'm agitated to the point where I just want to scream at everyone. Yeah. The assessment was quite intense. But other than that, guys, I don't think... I mean, I'm going to end the video and then I'll be like, oh, I should have said that. But that's me all over, isn't it? Yeah, guys. But just talking about when I was in there again, I met some very vulnerable people in there. Sitting there with my own illness, sitting there. But you see people a lot worse off in their minds than you. It is a false environment, but you do meet some absolutely lovely people in there. I'm not going to name them, obviously, for reasons, but they made, it's all day, every day. Everyone's walking around asking each other, look, are you okay? yes, I'm fine, how are you? I'm okay. And even that can make your day so much better. What I'm trying to say is, people, especially my nan, now I'm not going to delve deep within it, but she doesn't understand, maybe because of the way she was brought up years ago, it's different times, isn't it, She doesn't understand addiction. She doesn't understand mental health. We're not speaking at the moment. We have our differences about things. I'm sure everything will be fine in the end. But at the moment, I'm just trying to concentrate on myself, because I'm not being selfish, but I have no time to explain it to people who are too ignorant to even want to know. So, doing this video, if you're just going to sit there and laugh at it, what's the point in watching it? If you're not going to take it seriously, if you watch my other videos, I'm a little bit of a joker. I start the videos off with, hello, ladies and gentlemen, sort of gives it away a little bit. But I try my hardest to do these videos. I've gone off track again, I know, and I'm so sorry. It's my train of thought. It just goes, I try my hardest to do these videos because I know that people, a lot of people, everyone uses YouTube, right? They type in a certain thing and it comes up, and I just hope that, I'm so sorry it's a long video. I'm not going to edit it because I just want to shove it, I just want to put it up as quick as I can. My channel, I just want to keep my channel going. I'm not doing this like to be a massive YouTuber and all this and all the fame. I'm literally doing it to give you my experiences, to maybe give you some tools to help build something that you've never had, maybe that's sobriety, or maybe just peace of mind when you have a BPD episode, or you're going through a bloody psychotic episode, or whatever it is that you go through, because I just hate it when people say, oh, you got BPD, or at least it's not schizophrenia. It's very hard to lead I don't know what normal is, but lead a normal life when you have it. Can get very frustrating, very distressing. Relationships are hard to obtain when you have this illness. But as I say, a difference between bipolar and BPD is bipolar is a mood disorder, and personality is, it's personality traits, isn't it? It's personality disorder, and bipolar is a mood disorder. So, yeah, in hindsight, they are different, but also they're very similar. My doctor always speaks to me like I have bipolar. He said to me today in the review, when you are manic, when you are high, make sure, and if you can't handle it, make sure you ring us straight away. We'll have an assessment. The dog is awake. Hello. Okay. Actually, come here, Dad. Oh, Annie said when I'm at my lowest, come here, when I'm at my lowest, give them a ring. He said when I want to self-harm and stuff, which I have done, but yeah, I hadn't done it for years, and then all of a sudden I just picked up the knife and started doing it again. This is why I had to have the assessment. I was literally going insane. I was. And the drink just... Anyway, guys, if you watched my video before, you would have noticed Dash in another video when I was... I think I was in my old address, and I had, obviously, Socks died, bless her soul, and I had a new pup. This is how big he's got. Literally. Yeah. Too big. He literally turned 1 in November, so... Good boy, Say hello, Anne. Say hello. Go on, Anne. Oh, you alright? Big boy. You're going to have a nap. So, yeah, guys. I think that's it. I think I've said everything that I wanted to say, hopefully. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm really, really sorry that my video is so long, and I'm really, really sorry that I haven't edited it. I am a lazy cow. Yeah, so just, as I say, if you're If you're suffering addiction, sorry, my mind is just racing at the moment, literally, like, it's just... If you're suffering addiction, or mental health, or both, please seek help. Please don't think you can do it on your own, because you can't. You just can't. Ring the right organisations for you, you know. Get help on the sidelines. Always have help on the sidelines. Nobody can do this on their own. I thought I could, but I couldn't. You know, even if it's just having a home detox and, you know, just getting therapy and putting things in place, you know, just doing things. But please, please don't just stop on your own. It's very, very dangerous. I try and always say that at the end of my videos. If I've forgotten in others, I am sorry. Because you should never, ever stop on your own. It can be so dangerous, especially with alcohol. I'm so warm. Especially with alcohol. Yeah, guys, so thank you ever so much for watching my video, and take care, and I'll see you soon. Take care now. Bye bye then. Mwah.